A group of UNP Provincial Councillors convened a media briefing in Colombo today. Views were expressed regarding the rally organised by the United Bhikkhu Front on the 18th of this month.
This rally is not an attempt to establish a new party or a new political platform. It is clearly a policy-based platform. If there are leaders who think of building an opposition force, then at all times they must look to empower and unite the people and rally them against the government. In such a scenario, it is disappointing that when such a rally should have his blessings, Ranil Wickremesinghe has decided to prohibit people from attending it.
ඒක රාශී කරගෙන මේ ආණ්ඩුවට එරෙහිව දේශපාලනය කරන්න උත්සාහ ගන්න ඕන ඒ අර්ථයෙන් මේ රැලියටත් ආශිර්වාද කළ යුතුව තියෙන මොහොතක රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ මහත්මයා ඒට තහනමක් පැනවීම මං හිතන්නේ ඊටාම කනගාටුදායක කරුණක්.
Time now to take a look at the newspaper cartoon of the day.
A fundamental rights petition filed by UNP parliamentarian Sujiva Singh was taken up in the Supreme Court today. Singh had filed this petition stating that the Sri Lankan economy had incurred losses to the purchase of Greek sovereign bonds amounting to around 30 million euros by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka through a third party.
At the hearing, it was decided that the petition would be heard before a three-member bench of the Supreme Court, comprising of Chief Justice Dr. Shirani Bandaranaike and Justices Kesri Pavan and P.A. Ratnayaka. The petition I had filed in the Supreme Court was taken up today. It was to be heard by an appointed bench. However, as one of the appointed judges was not present in court today, it was decided to postpone hearings to the 29th of October. The ship that had been anchored off the coast of Panadura since 2007 sank last August. Around 70 tons of oil stored in its tanks when the ship sank. The Panadura coastline and other areas polluted by oil seeping out of the ship. Legal action will be taken against the owners of the ship. The Marine Environment Protection Authority hands over required documentation to the Attorney General's Department to file charges. What action has been taken?
Minister of Power and Energy Champika Ranawaka says that legislation relating to the field of atomic energy will be amended in the near future. The minister said this during a media briefing in Colombo today.
අපේ පරමාණු බල ශක්තිය අධිකාරිය දැන් අපි ක්‍රියා කරගෙන යනවා එහි පනතත් අපි ළඟදී වෙනස් කරනවා.
We have a functioning atomic energy authority, but we hope to amend the relevant act in the near future. We plan to hand over regulatory functions to a separate institution because the existing authority cannot undertake both development and regulation. We will obtain the support of any country with regard to nuclear technology. We have not arrived at a decision yet on developing nuclear power. We had discussions with India regarding nuclear safety. The second round of discussions will be held in Sri Lanka. We hope to sign an agreement shortly.
You're watching News First, and up next is a look at Action TV.
Mahadamana in the Mahaweli B zone is the first village constructed under the 7 zones that were created to house those displaced by the accelerated Mahaweli development scheme. 120 families were settled in this village, which is also incidentally the first village established by the then government in 1999 under the sub-family scheme. The majority of these persons who belong to the first and second generations of original Mahaweli settlers have chosen to become labourers. This is because the tank constructed for irrigation purposes for these 120 agricultural families in 2000 has not been of any use. The government keeps saying that it will look into it, but these children have no water. Leave aside farming, they have no water to drink. They are living amidst much hardship. A part of this project is to divert water from the Welpaha waterway, which takes away from the Hulhitia and Ratkinda reservoirs in the Mahaweli C zone to this reservoir. However, the relevant authorities have as yet failed to direct the water through this waterway leading to the reservoir.
The waterway and the reservoir are on separate ends and are yet to be joined. The waterway is going in one direction and the reservoir is dry. The reservoir fills only with rainwater. Both the rainwater and the reservoir are of no use to us.
The government has already spent about 22 million rupees on this half-completed waterway. This factory is the only industry in operation at the Mahadamana village.
In spite of the commencement of a family-based project, we have no water, electricity, roads or education facilities for our children.
After the construction of this village in name only and the construction of a useless reservoir wasting public funds, when will steps be taken to direct water to where it is needed most, the Mahadamana reservoir? Minister of Irrigation and Water Resource Management, this one is over to you.
In the meantime, farmers from 7 villages in the Laggala Divisional Secretariat area in Matale are facing severe hardships as a result of being unable to sell their harvest of tomatoes. They say that they do not receive any profit by taking their produce to the economic centre in Dambulla.
About 2,000 families in Puakpitiya, Gammantanna, Kahagala, Ilukkumbara, Pitavala, Ranninda, Mahalakotua and Madayala cultivate tomatoes. However, stocks of tomatoes have been piling up as a result of the inability to fetch a fair price for them. The farmers are refraining from harvesting their produce as a result of buyers failing to turn up in villages. The farmers who claim that a kilogram of tomatoes barely fetch a farm gate price of ₹1 state that their produce only sells for about 2 or 3 rupees even if they take it to the Dambulla Economic Centre. This is harvest time. There are no vehicles coming here to collect this harvest. It is difficult for us to transport it. Even though the relevant authorities have been informed, this has borne no fruit. The produce is rotting on the trees. Nevertheless, our correspondents state that at nearby marketplaces, tomatoes are selling at between 35 and 45 rupees a kilo. A kilogram of tomatoes was selling for between 20 to 25 rupees a kilo at the Manning Market in Colombo today. At the Dambulla Economic Centre, tomatoes were selling at between 15 and 18 rupees a kilo at wholesale prices. We made inquiries from the Matale District Deputy Director of Agriculture, Prasanna Pallemulla, regarding the hardships being faced by the Laggala tomato farms. He said that while tomatoes are being supplied to the market from many areas, this problem is being reported only in Laggala. He added that inquiries would be held and appropriate steps will be taken.
And moving on to news overseas now, all eyes will be upon the Hofstra University in Hempstead in Long Island, New York, as it hosts the second debate of the US presidential elections. President Barack Obama and Governor Mitt Romney will take the stage at the Hofstra University tomorrow in another intense war of words in the second presidential debate that will take place from form of a town hall meeting focusing on foreign and domestic policy. News First Mahina Bongso and Ramesh Irukal Bandara visited the Hofstra University in New York to get a first-hand look at the preparations underway.
As you can see behind me, preparations are well underway for the second debate in the presidential election 2012, which would see President Barack Obama and Governor Mitt Romney going head-to-head in a very different type of second debate from what we saw earlier on last month. Now, this debate is unique mainly because it's going to be in a town hall meeting style, which would have around 80 town hall members participating in the debate, asking questions that really match to them from these two presidential candidates. For more information, we caught up with someone who is been organizing this debate here at the Hofstra University. What's the unique features of this debate?
You're exactly right. This debate is quite different. It's what we call a town meeting. So the questions will come not from the moderator, not from professional journalists, but from town hall participants who are citizen questioners from the area around Hofstra University. They will be in charge of preparing the questions and asking the questions on debate night. So it is a very different kind of event.
And how will the candidates be responding to these questions put forth by the town hall candidates?
We'll have approximately 80 participants here on Tuesday night at Hofstra. The moderator, who is Candy Crowley from CNN, she'll be responsible for identifying which participants will ask questions. The debate itself will last 90 minutes. We'll probably get through between 12 to 16 questions. We expect worldwide attention, tens of millions of people from around the world. We have had just a major spike in international attention on the debates, and we're lucky enough enough to have actually an international delegation here to look at debates, understand how we do the debates here in the United States.
This is not the first time Hofstra University is hosting a presidential debate. The university hosted the third and final presidential debate of the 2008 elections, which the university believes got students interested about the democratic process and fueled their desire to participate. Spread across 240 acres, Hofstra University, Long Island's first private university, is only the second university to host consecutive presidential debates. According to senior advisor of the Commission on Presidential Debates, Peter Eyre, Hofstra University has been preparing for 2 years for tomorrow's debate, which will be covered by 3,000 accredited media. The second presidential debate will be witnessed by millions of TV audiences across the world. And we here at News First are at the Hofstra University to give you an unparalleled coverage of the second presidential debate between President Barack Obama and Governor Mitt Romney. I'm Mahina Bongzo with cameraman Ramesh Irugal Bandara reporting for News First from New York.
Starting off your sports news this evening, Susanta Boteju and Naresh Samaravikrama are battling out the final of the 60th National Snooker Championship, which is currently underway in Colombo. Naresh Samaravikrama was leading the final 6 rounds to 2 a short while ago. Meanwhile, Ryan Somaratna, representing Otters Club Colombo, emerged second runner-up of the championship.
33 contestants took part in this year's championship, which commenced on the 5th of this month. Ryan Somaratna of Otters Club Colombo beat MIM Isham 2-0 in the game for third place this afternoon. Susanta Boteju qualified for today's final after defeating MIM Isham of Realize Club 6 rounds to 3 in the first semi-final this afternoon. Boteju faced Naresh Samaravikrama, who beat Ryan Somaratna in the second semi-final 6 rounds to 2. Susanta Boteju, who was last year's winner, has won the championship 14 times, while Naresh Samaravikrama has only won it once.
Novak Djokovic exacted revenge on Andy Murray for his US Open final defeat by saving 5 match points to outlast the Briton 5-7, 7-6, 6-3 to win the Shanghai Masters title yesterday.
An extraordinary topsy-turvy first set featured turn breaks, both players gaining an advantage before handing it straight back. Djokovic led 2-love, world number 3 Murray 3-2, and Djokovic again 5-4. Murray appeared to have another Shanghai title at his mercy with match point on his own serve at 5-4, but a battling Djokovic dug deep, averted the danger and seized his own chance to break back to 5-all. Like the first set, a pulsating tie breaks from back and forth, with Djokovic staving off 4 match points, including 2 at 6-4 down. He then spurned 3 set points himself before finally prevailing 13-11, taking the set with a driving forehand volley. The world number 2 then broke Murray, winner in Shanghai for the last 2 years, in the 7th game and again at 5-3, prevailing on his 3rd match point to triumph when his opponent went long.
已经成为2012年的上海劳力士大师赛的冠军得主。Ladies and gentlemen.